getting anything on the statistics stuff.
Well, let's see.
Bring your race car? You did? What, run through this thick grass? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I must have hate to use those porta potties. I better go. Better jack it.
I don't like home is not good. I don't like home is not good.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to EGSL Field. And we're ready for River State's conference softball as it is Grace Butcher in the circle for Oakland City. Madison McDaniel, the second baseman. Micah Gepner, the third baseman. Zoe Smith and Smithson, the DH up for Brescia as we're here in the top half of the first inning. It is no balls and one strike to count. And that is hit about two steps out. McCracken throws to the first baseman, Buford, and there is one gone. 2-3 on the out as we have one gone here in the first inning. Team batting average for Brescia is at 289. Opposition at 330 as Micah Gepner steps in. Certainly very familiar with this young lady out of Southridge High School as she steps in. That is hit in the air in the infield. Had a whistle, the third baseman takes it, and there is two gone in the first. And that'll bring up with two out quickly in the first, the designated hitter, Zoe Smith. Wind in the pitch, drilled foul down the first baseline. Zoe Smithson hitting at 381 with no homers and 11 runs batted in. 0-1 the count. Hit well into center field. Kinsley Heichel back at the fence makes the play, and it's quickly 1-2-3 for Brescia in the top half of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 1/2 inning in the books with the score Brescia nothing. Oakland City University coming to bat. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown, Honeyburg, and GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.
We are back at EGSL Field. It's no score. In the bottom half of the first for Oakland City, it's Grace Butcher, the pitcher, followed by Casey Wood, the left fielder, and Bailey Cox, the designated player. That is drilled foul and out of play. No balls and one strike to Butcher, who has done an outstanding job in the circle and has also been stellar at the plate. That is hit in the air and fouled out of play. Oakland City hitting .362 as a team, with the opposition hitting at .272. That's in the dirt. Butcher torching it at .411. 30 hits, 73 at bats, 18 runs scored, 1 homer, and 10 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, and that is all for Butcher. And that is the first out in the first inning. And that will bring Casey Wood to the plate. So one gone as Casey Wood, the senior, will step in. Casey hitting at 326. That is a strike, no balls, and one strike. That's a little bit high, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brescia defensively. Isabel Hayes is at first. Madison McDaniel, and that's fouled out of play. At second base, Caitlin Bradbury, the shortstop. Micah Gepner at third. Caitlin Bradbury in left field. Emma Kate Elrod in center, and Lily Stewart is in right. No score, home half of inning number 1. That misses high. Savannah Jones 3-3 with a 3.88 ERA. 10th appearance, 7th gauge started, 3 complete games. That misses outside. 39 2/3 innings. 48 hits, 28 runs, 22 earned. Struck out 23, walked 9, 10 doubles, no triple. 1 homer, 165 at bats. The opposition hitting 291 against her, and that is just foul down the left field line. Walt Ferber with producer-director David Hose, Hall of Fame coach Patty Bukta. Here, glad you're along with us. The contest, our doubleheader, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. Pizza by the pound and so much more. And that's going to be ball 4, and the Oaks have their first base runner. 1 on and 1 out as Bailey Cox steps in for the Mighty Oaks. She's been as solid as anybody on this Oaks team this year, and that's fouled off. No balls and 1 strike. Bailey hitting at .402, 33 hits, 82 at bats, 11 runs scored, no homers, 17 runs batted in. That's hit to left. The left fielder Bradbury will corral that one in, and that is the second out of the first inning. So Casey Wood, who has good speed, is at first base for the Oaks, and Jordan Buford will step in. That is a strike. Glad to have you along here this afternoon. That's hit off the first base bag. And heading for third base is Wood. We got him on the corners. With 2 outs as Buford hits the first base bag. And on the play, Casey Wood on the move, had to hesitate a little bit and goes to third base, and that's going to leave it up to Hallie McCracken with 2 outs. Fouled out of play. No balls and 1 strike. McCracken, a sophomore from Spotsville, Kentucky. That's going to be a little bit outside. And that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is high, and it's 2-1. Bailey Rhodes, the second baseman, on deck for the Mighty Oaks. Strike on the outside corner, and that evens it up. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the first, Oaks trying to hit the board first. Foul straight back, and it stays at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Throw back to third base, and just getting back at third is Casey Wood. Full count. A wide one here would load the bases here in the first inning. That's what it is. Ball 4, and the bases are full. Second walk in the ball game for Savannah Jones. As McCracken is at first, Buford goes to second. Casey Wood is at third. And that's going to bring the second baseman, Bailey Rhodes, in. Bailey is a right-handed batter. And that's outside and a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. Bailey at .390 with no homers, 17 runs batted in. Into right, and that should be an ending ender as Lily Stewart makes the play, and that is all for the Oaks, who threaten but do not score as they leave the bases loaded in the home half of the first inning. No runs, a hit, no error, 3 left on base. After 1 completed is Oakland City nothing, Brescia nothing. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com to Go Mighty Oaks. Back at EGSL Field as we go into the top half of inning number 2. The center fielder, Emma Kate Elrod, will step in to start things off, and that's going to miss a little bit high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. That misses outside. Elrod leading the team in hitting at .405. 5 homers, 21 runs batted in. 34 hits, 84 at bats, 19 runs scored. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Elrod. That is fouled off, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Elrod, the heaviest hitting Bearcat, strikes out, and that's the first out of the second inning. That brings up the catcher, Addie Harris. Addie Harris at .342. 25 hits, 73 at bats, 13 runs scored, a homer, 5 runs batted in, and that pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. took something off that, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. That is high. Harris hitting at .343 with a homer, 5 runs batted in. 25 hits, 73 at bats, 13 runs scored. That misses low and inside. Addie Harris is a sophomore out of White House, Tennessee. Swing and a miss. And that is all for Addie Harris. That is the second strikeout of the second inning. And Isabella Hayes will step in. So 2 gone. That is a strike. That hits the corner. 1-2 the count, so 1 strike away from this being a strikeout the side inning for Grace Butcher. Riser's a little bit high, and man, that baby's got some pop on it. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Grace Butcher strikes out the side in the top half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played 1.5 here at EGSL today with the score. Oakland City University nothing, Brescia nothing. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill on GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. And we're back at EGSL. The second inning coming up for the Oaks. They left the bases loaded in the first. Hannah Whistle up first for the Mighty Oaks. She is the veteran third baseman. That misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hit the second, and it is 4-3 Madison McDaniel to Isabella Hayes. So 1 gone in the top half of, make it the bottom half of the second inning, as the center fielder Kinsley Heichelbeck will step to the plate now. That's into left center, and that is a base hit. The second base hit of the ball game for Oakland City University. As Heichelbeck is at first, he's the number 8 hitter in the order. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter, the shortstop, Megan Stewart. That is hit into foul territory. And a very good play by the first baseman, Isabella Hayes, for the first out. So 2 up and 2 gone. Or I should say 2 down and 1 on as we're back up to the top of the order. And that is an atom ball right at the left fielder, Catherine Bradbury. So that's all for Oakland City in the bottom half of the second. They leave a runner stranded. And after 2, it is Oakland City University nothing and Brescia nothing. You're watching Oakland City University softball. Brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill at Uptown Huntingburg and GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube. We're back, and it's the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 for Brescia. Lily Stewart steps in, hits that to Stewart at short, and this game going like it's double parked is at 6-3 on the play as Isabella, as it goes Megan Stewart to Jordan Buford. Savannah Jones hits that one foul down the first baseline. Savannah Jones. The pitcher. That's a little bit high. Grace Butcher's been very effective and efficient to this point in time. That's the first hit of the ball game. That's the hexer there. The first hit of the ball game for the Bearcats is Savannah Jones is on at first base, and that's going to bring up Bradbury, the shortstop. 1 on, 1 out, a 0-0 ball game. Caitlin Bradbury at the plate. That's going to be a pass ball as Savannah Jones was heading to second base. And when it got away from McCracken, that puts a runner in scoring position. So a runner at scoring position as Bradbury is at the plate. Squares around a bunt, and it's foul. McDaniel, the second baseman, is on deck for Brescia. 1-1 the count with 1 out. That is foul down the first base line. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2 the count. Swing and a miss. And that is the second out of the inning, and that is the 4th strikeout for Oakland City University pitcher Grace Butcher, and that puts us back up to the top of the order. And Madison McDaniel. Madison rolled out catcher to first to start the ball game. And the first pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Butcher 5-4 with a 2.10 ERA. That's got a miss. 14th appearance, 7th game started. She has 5 complete games, 2 shutouts, 53 in the third innings as that's fouled out of play. 54 hits, 25 runs, 16 earned. Great strikeout to walk ratio. Strikeout 58, walk 10. 12 doubles, no triples, no homers. 254 batting average against 2 wild pitches and 3 hit batters. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Once again, Savannah Jones is at second base. McDaniel is at the plate, a left-handed batter. 317 her batting average. 19 hits, 60 at bats, 10 runs scored, no homers and 6 runs batted in. It's 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's hit to second. The throw to first is in time. Bailey Rhodes to Buford. That is 4-3 on the outs. Top half of the third, the Bearcats get their first hit, but can't advance it past second. No runs, a hit, no error, 1 left. 2.5 played in game 1 of the doubleheader today with the score Oakland City University 0 and Brescia 0. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg and GoMightyOaks.com and to Go back at Oakland City, home half of the third, 2, 3, and 4 for the Mighty Oaks. Casey Wood steps in out of Princeton High School, and she'll take that first one inside. It is 1 ball and no strikes. Chopper to third. Gebner throws it to first, and Isabella Hayes 5-3 on the out. There's 1 gone here in the home half of the third for Oakland City. As that will bring up Bailey Cox, who flew out the left fielder first time. And misses inside. And it is 1 ball and no strikes to Cox. 402 for Cox. No homers, 17 runs batted in as that one's missed. Oaks left the bases loaded at the end of the first inning. Hits that one off the fist. Second baseman McDaniel underneath and makes the play, and there's 2 gone in the 4th inning. Jordan Buford working a 1-for-1 ball game as Savannah Jones can get the Oaks 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom half of the 4th. That's low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. That just misses, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Hits the corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 the count. Oaks have threatened, especially in the first. While Butcher's been extremely efficient for the Mighty Oaks. Fouled off, it evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two the count. That's into right center field for a base hit. Buford is 2 for 2 on the day. So with 1 on and 2 out, the catcher, Hallie McCracken, who walked in the first, will step up for the Oaks. McCracken at 347, 2 homers, 21 runs batted in, and that is cracked foul over the first base stands. No balls, 1 strike, the count. Misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bailey Rhodes is the catcher, and she is on deck. Bailey Rhodes, rather. That's going to miss. Bailey Rhodes is second baseman and is on deck. Into shallow right. That's going to drop for a base hit. And the Oaks have him on second and third, as Buford had to wait just a bit, but then they both put it in high gear. As that is a double for McCracken, and Bailey Rhodes, working an 0 for 1 ball game, will step in as the Oaks try to hit the board here in the home half of the third. High and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Bailey Rhodes at 390, no homers, 17 runs batted in. Had some zip on it, and that's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled out of play again, and it's 1-2. 1-2 the count to Rhodes. Rhodes back in, facing a 1-2 count. And into right center field. And a good play by Emma Kate Elrod, the center fielder for Brescia. And for the second time today, Brescia skates out of trouble as Oakland City has stranded 6 on the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We have played 3 complete in game 1 with the score Oakland City University 0 and Brescia 0. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill on GoMightyOaks.com, the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. Back at Oakland City, we're going into the 4th inning. Butcher, 3 innings, has allowed only 1 hit, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, no walks, has faced 10 batters, 2 flyouts, 3 groundouts, and that is fouled out of play. 35 pitches, 24 of them have been strikes. That is hit in the air. Micah Gepner fouls that one out of play. Micah Gepner out of Southridge High School. Great product there. Micah hitting at 228 as that's hit down the first base line. Throw to first, not in time, and Gepner's going to end up on second base with nobody out here in the top half of the 4th inning. That is a hit and an error on the throw. So 1 on, nobody out. Smithson, the DP up for Brescia. And that is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. That's hit well in the left. That's going to drop for a base hit. Heichelbeck drops it, and it appears Brescia. They got her. I was going to, that was a heck of a throw. I was going to say they're going to score their first run, but the aggressive run there by Gepner ends up being out at the plate. So it is Smithson who is on at second base. And being thrown out at the plate is Gepner, 8-2. That was a heck of. I already had that in the run column. So it's no score, and that's one of those things. That throw by Heichelbeck at the end of the ball game is going to be something that is certainly remembered as time is called. Going to be a runner at second base. 11 is Aubrey Durham, a freshman out of Evansville Central High School. So Durham is running for Smithson. The pinch runner. So 1 on and 1 out here in the 4th. Off-speed pitch is swung on and missed. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, pardon me. And that is into right center to Heichelbeck. Heichelbeck throws in, and there's runners on the corners as Durham this time puts on the brakes at third after the great throw earlier in the inning by Heichelbeck. So 1 out, 2 on, as Addie Harris, the catcher who struck out of the 2nd inning, will step up for the Mighty Oaks. Runner goes to second, runner back to third. Emma Kate Elrod will take second base. A base hit could plate a couple. No score. Top half of the 4th inning. But the Bearcats are threatening. Swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. That is fouled out, and it's 0-2. I parked my car far enough away that hopefully that doesn't happen. That's fouled off. One ball and 2 strikes, so a big strike coming up here, big pitch to Addie Harris. And that is fouled out of play, and it stays at 1-2. Addie Harris at .342, 25 hits, 73 at bats, 13 runs scored, a homer and 5 runs batted in. Fouled straight back, and it stays at 1-2. That is hit into foul territory, and that'll go out of play. So it remains a 1-ball, 2-strike count. .42 pitches the total for Butcher so far. That is fouled off. That's pitch 43. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is high, and it's 2-2. So far, Kinsley Heichelbeck's throw from center field that knocked off Micah Gebner at the plate has kept this thing scoreless. But there's still 2 on with 1 out. That's hit in the infield. And that is the second out, as Bailey Rhodes will make that play. So if Gracie could take care of Isabella Hayes, who's 0 for 1, the Oaks can get out of this inning here in the top half of the 4th. Elrod at second, Durham running for Smithson at third, and that's fouled off. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. Sunshiny day here at EGSL. I would say this is a Chamber of Commerce day, and that's fouled off. 2 strikes. And Gracie's actually 1 strike away from getting out of this mess in the top half of the 4th. Ringer up, strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 for Butcher, as the Bearcats strand him at second and third in the inning. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 3.5 in the books here in game 1 with the score Oakland City University 0 and Brescia 0. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg, GoMightyOaks.com, and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. We're back at Oakland City, bottom half of the fourth inning. A great throw by Heichelbeck and good pitching by Butcher got the Oaks out of the jam. Hannah Whistle steps in and fouls that one straight back. And it is no balls and one strike. Hannah bounced out second to first in the second. And it is no balls and one strike. That is fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. 0-2 to Hannah Whistle. Has played shortstop and third base for the Oaks. Off speed is high and outside. Hannah's at 373. 31 hits and 83 at bats, 24 runs scored, 3 homers, and 17 runs batted in. Into right field, foul ball. Just drops foul. Two balls and 2 strikes. Whistle at the plate, Heichelbeck on deck, the bottom part of the order trying to get it done for Oakland City here in the fourth. Two and 2 to count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the contest for Jones. Kinsley Heichelbeck, the center fielder who fouled out of the second, is standing in. Strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. That's off the pitcher, Jones, and she beats it out. That is an infield base hit for the speedy Kinsley Heichelbeck. So 1 on, 1 out, and the shortstop, Megan Stewart, who fouled out of the first inning, will step to the plate. Stepping in is Megan Stewart. Megan at 182, 10 hits, 55 at bats. 13 runs scored, no homers, and 8 runs batted in. And it's off the pitcher's glove again. The throw to second is in time. So that's fielder's choice 1-6. As that punches Heichelbeck out at second, Stewart's on at first. There are 2 gone. We go back up to the top of the order, and Grace Butcher trying to help her own cause. And that one goes back, and that's a good play by Jones. Jones to Hayes, 1-3 on the out. And the Oaks strand 1. No runs, a hit, no error, 1 left. We have played 4 complete here in game 1 with the score Oakland City University 0 and Brescia 0. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada.
Back in Oakland City, bottom of the order, Lily Stewart, the right fielder, who's 0 for 1 up for Brescia. Bounced out short to first in the third. Tries to bunt it, and Buford very smartly lets that one go foul. No balls and 1 strike. Buford at first, Bailey Rhodes at second base, Megan Stewart, the shortstop, had a whistle at third. Casey Wood, the left fielder, Kinsey Heichelback in center, Kat Hibbett in right, Ellie McCracken behind the plate, and Grace Butcher in the circle. No score. Pretty good bunt. Rhodes over to cover. 1-4 on the out, and there's 1 out as Savannah Jones, who's done a great job in the circle for the Bearcats and who's 1 for 1 on the day, will step in. That is hit into right field. That's going to be a base hit. And Jones is 2 for 2. Just got past the outstretched reach of the first baseman, Buford. And that'll bring up Bradbury, 1 on, 1 out. Bradbury, the shortstop, struck out in the third. That is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Bradbury's at 176, no homer and a run batted in. 6 hits, 34 at bats with 4 runs scored. Foul ball, foul straight back as Savannah Jones, pretty good speed, was on the move. 2 strikes, the count to Bradbury. Just misses, snap throw back, and just getting back to first base is Jones. Fouled off. And it stays at 2 strikes. That is high. Kaylin Bradbury, a 5'7" sophomore out of Crestwood, Kentucky, and Oldham County High School. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jones is at first base and is fouled out of play again. And on deck, Madison McDaniel, the leadoff hitter. Brescia 10-14 overall. They're 5-7 in the Rivers State Conference. Oakland City 16-10. They are 10-2 in the Rivers State Conference. And that is a swing and a miss. Strike 3 and a snap throw back to first that comes within an eyelash of getting Lorena Jones at first base. Madison McDaniel, the second baseman, is up. She is the leadoff man. It is 2 outs. Yeah, Stewart started off by grounding out to first with the second baseman Rhodes covering. Jones with the base hit and Bradbury striking out. So 2 gone. And the 5th. and that is the inning. So the runner called out at first base, and another donut up there for the pitcher, Grace Butcher. No runs a hit and no errors here in the fifth. No score, 4.5 in the books here at Oakland City. And we're back here in the home half of the fifth. And a strike him out, throw him out, double play into the top half of the frame. For Oakland City here in the bottom half, it's 2, 3, and 4. Casey Wood, the left fielder. The designated player, Bailey Cox, and the first baseman, Jordan Buford. Savannah Jones, 4 innings, 5 hits, and no runs. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 19 batters faced. 1 double, 58 pitches, 37 strikes. And the first pitch is a ball. Wood walked in the first inning, bounced out third to first in the third. Casey out of Princeton, Indiana, been one of my favorites for a long time. Has been very, very steady. Year in, year out, got good speed. Strike on the inside corner. That's a very good pitch. Wood at 326 with no homers and 16 runs batted in already in the top half of inning number 5. That is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. That is high, and it's 3 and 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Casey Wood has always had a great batter's eye, and she's at the plate right now trying to get on base to start off the home half of the fifth. And she's going to do it with a walk. The second time today that Woods has walked. Third walk of the ball game. That's in the right. Oh my, that's going to be a double play. 9-3 double play, and there's 2 gone as Wood was on the move. And a good play by the right fielder, Lily Stewart. She threw it to Isabella Hayes at first, and there are 2 gone. Buford, 2 for 2 for the Oaks. Now nobody on with 2 gone in the bottom half of the fifth in what has been a pitcher's duel. Misses low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count. That is high, 2 balls, no strikes. Savannah Jones, the 2-0, that's high and inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Buford, the best hitter on the team, at .474. Strike on the inside corner. 45 hits, 95 at bats, 15 runs scored, 5 homers, and 25 runs batted in. And that is a ball for the second walk of the inning for Jones. So the beat goes on. Fourth walk of the contest, as that is fouled and out of play. Hallie McCracken, the catcher. That's fouled out. 347. McCracken's batting average with 2 homers and 21 runs batted in. Down the right field line, curving foul, and bounces off the fence. So it stays at 2 strikes to McCracken. That is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. That is a ball and evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's outside. McCracken out of Spotsville, Kentucky, and Henderson County High School done a great job behind the plate. At a big spot of the ball game here with the count 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. That's hit into center field. Warning track power. As Emma Kate Elrod, the center fielder, comes in and makes the play. That is all for the Oaks as they threaten in the 5th but do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We have played 5 complete here in Game 1 with a score Oakland City University 0, Brescia 0. You're watching Oakland City University baseball against softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg on GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. Back in Oakland City at EGSL Field. And it is the top of the order here in the 6th for Brescia. Madison McDaniel, the second baseman, is up. Just misses outside. McDaniel bounced out, catcher to first in the 1st and second to first in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. One ball, 1 strike to count. outside and high, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Misses outside. Three balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Madison McDaniel. Right down Lucretia there for a strike, and it's a full count, 3-2. Micah Gepner on deck for the Bearcats. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 7th strikeout of the ball game for Grace Butcher, and Micah Gepner, the young lady out of Southridge High School, will step in. .228, no homers, 6 runs batted in for Gepner, and that is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. That is a strike, and it's 0-2. A senior out of Southridge in Huntingburg, Indiana. That is fouled out of play. It's one of those things in my changeover career I got a chance to call some of her softball at Southridge. Great young lady, great family. And I'm guessing we got a Gepner or two listening and watching to us here today. That's hit into shallow right field, and Kat Hibben in right field comes in and makes the play, and it's 2 up and 2 gone in the Brescia top half of the 6th. That brings up the designated hitter, Zoe Smithson, is 1 for 2. Flew out to first, ended up at third base in the 4th. Shallow left field, that's trouble. What a play by Casey Wood! A left fielder flashing web gem-like stuff in left. And it's 3 up and 3 down for the Bearcats in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 5.5 played in game 1 with the score Oakland City University nothing, Brescia nothing. You're watching Oakland City University softball. Branch with the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg, GoMightyOaks.com, and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube channel. Back at Oakland City, we're playing this game like we're double parked. That's something I don't normally say, because that's the thing to get it switched as Bailey Rhodes steps in. Flicks that one foul. Bailey is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. She's hitting at .390 with no homers, 17 runs batted in. That's an atom ball right at Micah Gepner, the third baseman. And that's 1 out in the Oakland City University 5th. Hannah Whistle steps up. She is 0 for 2. Both these pitchers, Grace Butcher for Oakland City and Savannah Jones for Brescia, have pitched well, and that's a strike on the inside corner to Hannah Whistle. Line to the 0-1 pitch from Jones. And it's a riser high. evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 373 with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. Strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Hannah bounced out second to first in the second and struck out of the fourth. That's hit to second to throw to first. And actually, I think officially that'll be a 3-4-3 for the second out of inning number 6. That's going to leave it up to Kinsley Heichelbeck, who's got one of the hits for the Oaks today. Fouled out to first in the second and got a base hit in the fourth. That is outside. 5 2/3 for Jones, 5 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. That's hit to second, and that's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Jones, as it's 6, 7, and 8 going out for the Oaks. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We have played 6 in game 1. We hadn't scored anything yet. No score. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg, and GoMuddyOaks.com and the Go. And we are back. 4, 5, and 6 for Brescia, as we've already moved to the top half of the 7th inning. Emma Kate Elrod, the center fielder, struck out in the second. Got a base hit, stole a base in the fourth. DP re-entering for the Brescia Bearcats. In the air in the shallow right. Bailey Rhodes, the second baseman, goes back, and there's quickly one gone in the top half of the 7th inning, as Addie Harris, the catcher, working an 0-for-2 ball game, will step in. Struck out of the second, popped out to Rhodes at second base in the fourth. Oaks have 9, 1, and 2 in the bottom half of the 7th. That is a strike. Just misses. Addie Harris at 342, 25 hits, 73 at bats, 13 runs, scored a homer, and 5 runs batted in. Fouled out of play. Butcher's pitched to Jim, as has Savannah Jones. And misses inside. 5 1/3, make it 6 1/3 innings for Butcher. 5 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. 22 batters faced, 6 flyouts, 4 groundouts, 77 pitches, 59 of them are strikes. That's a pretty good day at the office by Butcher. 1 gone here in the top half of the 7th. That is drilled foul, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Isabella Hayes, the first baseman, on deck for the Bearcats. That is back to Butcher, and a soft toss to first base. 1-3 on the out, and there's 2 gone in the 7th inning, and that brings it up to Isabel Hayes, who struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. So 2 out in the inning. Hayes, a freshman from Sonora, Kentucky, and LaRue County High School. A little bit high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count. Misses outside, it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Off the fist, and the third baseman whistle makes the easy play on that, as Butcher is impressive in the 7th. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We have played 6.5 here at Oakland City, no score between Oakland City and Brescia. You're watching Oakland City University softball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza Grill in Uptown Huntingburg on GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks YouTube. Back, we're going to have a pinch hitter to start off for the Oaks here in the bottom half of the 7th, as Onyet will come in and pinch hit. Onyet hitting at .290 with no homers, 4 runs batted in. And that is a strike in for Megan Stewart. 0-1 the count, then back up to the top of the order and Grace Butcher and Casey Wood. That is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Savannah Jones, 6 innings, 5 hits, and that swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts, 4 walks, 26 batters faced, a double. 9 flyouts, 5 groundouts, 85 pitches, 51 of them strikes, and that is fouled off, and Onyet stays alive. That is hit into foul territory and just out of play. Lexi Onyet, a utility player, transferred from Kentucky Wesleyan College, a sophomore out of Petersburg, Indiana, played her softball at Pike Central High School. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Onyet. And is off the first baseman, and Onyet is going to be on. So a leadoff runner on for the Oaks, the possible winning run on with nobody out, and Grace Butcher. And Stewart's going to come back in and run for Onyet. So Stewart is at first, as Butcher, working an 0-for-3 game, will step up. Man, she has pitched one outstanding contest for Oakland City today, and she's in the leadoff spot for a reason. She's been tearing it up at the plate, so a good time for a hit from Grace right here. 4-11, 1 homer, 10 runs batted in, and that's low and inside. 30 hits, 73 at bats, and 18 runs score. 644 slugging percentage. misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. All they need is 1. That might be it. Ball game! A 2-run homer by Grace Butcher. And the Oaks get their 17th win and their 11th win in conference against 2 defeats as they down the Brescia Bearcats 2-0. Wow. Well, the winning pitcher is going to be Butcher on that. Not only was she the winning pitcher, but she got both runs knocked in the ball game. So I guess if there's a star of the game, she'd probably be up there for it. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with Game 2 in a little less than a half hour. For producer-director David Hose, Hall of Fame softball coach Patty Bukta, and the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg, I'm Walt Ferber saying so long for a little bit. You're watching Oakland City University softball on GoMightyOaks.com and the Go.
The value of champions character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.